All right, Chris, we ready. We ready, Chris?
All right. Hello. Hello.
We ready. We ready. We ready.
All right. Got three, two, one. You're live.
And thanks for tuning in and welcome to another evening of Greenwood Bulldogs football. We're live here in Greenwood for week 3. I'm Lee Hall along with Jonathan Hopkins on the sideline, the ace, and Willie Dixon on his way. And that ball is up and taken by the Cleveland Central Wolves across the 20, 25. Going to push the football up near the 30-yard line. On that run back was Terry Winston, the junior running back, 5'8", 160. And the Cleveland ace will start this football game from a good spot near the 30-yard line. Ace on the sideline. Ace, we can't hear you, baby. We can't hear you. Cleveland with the football first and 10 from their own, looks like about the 28, 27, 28-yard line. There's the snap, hands it off up the middle to the outside, caught and pulled down again. On the run was Terry Winston. Bulldogs got there, caught him. Looked like Blake that time, caught his jersey. Dick, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to run up that middle. Now, you know, Big Blake, he been anchored that middle for about 3 years, and he done got bigger and stronger and better, and it's going to be pretty rough to go up that middle.
Second, picked up 1 yard. Terry, second down and 9 from the 30-yard line. Motion from left to right, and a little too much motion there by the Wolves. And it's going to probably be a 5-yard mark off.
Pretty balanced team. Both of them got real good size. Like each side might be a little bit bigger than Greenwood High.
And again, you say the Bulldogs are playing up from a 4A to a 5A. Should be a good football game. Second down and 14 yards to go. Ball is back at the 25-yard line. Quarterback, Latarius Miller, 6'3", junior, 155, takes the snap, fakes it, he keeps it, he turns it up. He's going to be body slam as he gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dick, he was picked up, and the defender this time just fell to the ground and brought him right down there with him. Looked like Ontario's lineman on the hit.
And looked like Coach Gatewood go get what he want. Tried to test his defense first, and see can they hold and get them a punch so they can put that offense on the field, that Portnet offense with Kobe and company.
Second down, possession plays, second down and 12 from the 28. Takes the snap, looking to throw, chased out of the pocket, runs right to the sideline, tucks 25, 30, 35, steps out of bounds, about 4 yards shy of the first down. And it looks like the Bulldogs will hold here, and I'm believing Cleveland will come on and punt this one, a 4th down and about 4, Dick, from their own 35.
Definitely, and I think Coach Gatewood is kind of pleased with that. Series are down, putting the defense out on the field and testing them. Always want to test the defense first, Ms. Hall.
4th down and 4. Ball is at the Cleveland Wolves 35-yard line, 36-yard line. Cleveland will come on and punt this football away. Cleveland in their white tops, purple numbers, purple pants. Ball is snapped back. High snap. Kicker had to go up high. Almost blocked. They got to tip it.
I think he got a piece of it.
He did. It's going to roll back, and the Wolves will touch it there. Dick, I think the referee down there said he did tip it as it came off his foot.
Yeah, he got a piece of that one, but they got a good roll afterward.
Yeah.
I think Greenwood, sometimes you want your players to, try to stop it, to catch it, to feel it, to keep it from, they got about a 10 to 12 bounce. Good roll for Cleveland.
And the Bulldogs with their first possession here this evening. DeAndre Smith with Addison right behind him. 2 receivers right and 1 left. Going to put a man in motion. That's Chambers. Hands it off. Addison to the outside. Addison up to the 38-yard line. Caught and pulled down behind. Coming to get him. After he got to the outside was a corner. Robert Dooley, the junior, brought him down. Picked up 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4 for Greenwood.
Good pickup that time for Addison. Projected to be a good 1,000-yard rusher this year. I don't know what he gained in the last two games, but looking to have a good ball game here tonight.
Chambers and Metcalf, wide left. One receiver, wide side right. Motion by Chambers this time to the opposite side. Hands it off to Addison. One hand on top, one hand on the bottom. He comes across the 45. It's enough for the first down. Picked up about 6 yards on the play, maybe 7. Put the football right there at the Bulldogs 45-yard line. On the sideline to the 8 standing by.
Hey, I tell you what, right now, Greenwood got what they wanted on defense, and the offense is making some tremendous plays right now in the running game. Last week, the running game wasn't as potent as it is right now, so I want to watch the running game for the rest of this ball game and see what Greenwood do over the week. Last week, the running game wasn't as important as it was. The passing game was up, and you can see immediately Coach Gaywood and the offense have went straight to the running game. So we're going to be watching that running game tonight and see how that line going to block from the home front sideline. Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee.
And we'll break and we'll come back. Bulldogs nothing. Wildcats, the Wolves nothing. 9:05 to play in the first quarter. Time out on the court. We'll take one as well. This is Bulldog football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in one.
It's amazing. This team ain't been together 4 years. They ain't got no whites out there.
Okay. Oh yeah. First, back when. Let us know when you're ready. Let us know when you're ready. Chris, you there, Chris? Chris, you there, Chris?
Hello?
Yeah, you there? Count us back in when you're ready.
You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back.
And Addison on the carry while we were away. Addison picked up about 6 yards on the play. Moved up football across midfield on the side of the Wolves. Far side of the field now. Bulldogs 2nd and 4 from the 49-yard line of Cleveland. Boy, they're big on their defensive front.
There you go.
Here's the snap to Addison. He got hit, slipped off the tackle a little bit. He's going to pick up about 1 yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 from about the 48-yard line.
I tell you what, you talking about, they got an incredibly large ball club. Greenwood, from looking at the size of them, will be well tested tonight.
Particularly up front. 3rd down and 3. Not necessarily possession play for Greenwood. 3rd and 3 from the 47 Cleveland.
It's going to be an automatic first down offside. Cleveland.
Looks to be their defensive end, Dick. Keyshawn Gray, the sophomore. Dick, he's a sophomore. You're looking at big number 92, who seemed to be the one to jump. Kylan Taylor, has that big one too on the same side. So big didn't put his number on it. 1st and 10 for Greenwood from the 43. Still snap back play action under pressure. He's going to run out of it. Throws on the run. And the scoop catch is made to Chambers at the 20, 15. Has a man to beat. Stiff arms and snatched down at the 9-yard line. A flag is down, Dick, on the play. Clearly the defender snatched him down. But before that, a flag is back upfield at the 38.
I don't know what happened at the 30. They're going to be face masking against Cleveland if the play stand. I don't know what would be called back here. But another one of Kobe Chambers, another. And did you watch Smith with his patience?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this kid is learning game by game.
Ace, you're right on it. What's going on?
Get the quarterback from being over the line of scrimmage, because as soon as he throws that ball in step, there's official when the official dropped that flag. So I think he's saying he was over the line of scrimmage.
Over the line?
They caught holding on Greenwood, holding on personal foul, face mask. We're reading as they call it. Then they call that face mask. It looked like he said 2 holes on both teams, and then he said face mask against Cleveland. That's when we saw the corner snatch Chambers down by the face mask. They're going to assess that against Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't know. He's over the line. Didn't appear that he was over the line, maybe. But they getting it together. Look like the penalty gonna go against Cleveland. Whatever they do, everything is all, automatic down and where the ball was placed. So
And the ball is now resting at the 11-yard line, just outside the 10-yard line. Cleveland Bulldogs have moved this ball. Well, right now it's right there. And when the play is over, I don't see them picking it up. I believe they're going to play. Matter of fact, he started. We'll see what he's going to do. But back to the play, though, Nick. You talked about the patience of DeAndre Smith. Also, Chambers saw his quarterback in trouble, came back, and the ball was thrown on the run a little bit low, and Chambers went down, picked it up, and moved it down deep. And we see the chain gang going from our right to our left, and Bulldogs going to have that ball near the right there at the outside the 5-yard line. They're going to lay those sticks down because it will be first and goal for Greenwood.
no doubt about it. They talk about age, wine, age with years and numbers. These guys been together for a couple of years. Cause Kobe is a senior, and Smith just a sophomore, but he's a well-groomed sophomore.
Yeah, he is. Patient there, saw the pressure come in, did not phase him, rolled outside the pocket, got what he needed, and sent it downfield. You talked about the Bulldogs testing the defensive front of Cleveland. They're big, got a good back, Addison, and now they're not just big. We've seen them hit Addison a couple of times. That'll set up for Greenwood because they have outstanding receivers and speed on the corners.
Yeah, they are potent, and nevertheless, even as you talk about the size of Cleveland, you can't forget Greenwood. Greenwood is pretty large himself up front.
Dick, I saw them, many times play look large when they have the uniforms on, but I saw them, the guys coming here, got here early, they're big out of uniform.
Yeah, they are. And if you look at the majority of them front guys, they are not seniors. They are really sophomores and few juniors on that front line for Bulldogs. They probably going to lose Blake on defense, but normally the other young men are just sophomores and juniors.
And the Bulldogs are set and ready. The Bulldogs going to try a quick snap, but the players said not quite. As we saw Cleveland rushing on, Dick, and the Bulldogs said, we're not going to wait on you, but I don't think that's going to go. The ball is still going to be sitting right there, hopping right outside the 6-yard line, first and goal for Greenwood.
Tell you what, right now, first and goal for Bulldog, but with the confusion coming in right now, Cleveland coach want to understand why was 2 flags on the play and Greenwood still on the 6.
First and goal. Here's the handoff to Addison. He's hit, tagged, and sandwiched and brought down inside the 4 right there at the 3-yard line. There to get there first to tag him was Justin Howard, the corner.
He's going to be right around the 2.5, Ms. Hall.
Okay.
And I wouldn't do nothing but just give it to Addison again, regardless of what they know what we're going to do.
All right. Just got to stop it, huh?
You got to stop it.
There it is. No, he fakes it. Smith, and Smith fights inside. He got in the end zone for the score. So Smith faked it to Addison, steps to the right and took 2 steps forward. He got into the end zone. So Greenwood is on the board first. DeAndre Smith with the 1-yard run with 7 minutes exactly resting on the clock here in quarter 1.
And I tell you what, that was a good move in the backfield because it appears that he was going to be jammed back there. But made a beautiful move on the would-be tackle, and once he got by him in the end zone.
We talked about this freshman last year, how poised he looked as a freshman, and now we're talking about a sophomore who seems to be seasoned in just game 3 of this year. Here's the snap back, kicks up, it got blocked. Kick was blocked, no good. Score will remain 6-0 Greenwood. We'll break and come back. This is Greenwood Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute.
Huh? Oh, okay. Well, I ain't got no, yeah. No, the glasses are all right. I ain't got no program. I ain't hardly got no program, so. The glass ain't the problem. They're wondering that glass.
Okay, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back.
And we're back at Greenwood Bulldog Stadium, where Greenwood is kicking the ball after scoring off to Cleveland, and he gonna be hammered right there at about the 21-yard line. He was levered that time by, can't get the number, but he was levered at the 21-yard line, where Cleveland would gain possession there, 1st and 10. Cleveland, I understand, got a big win last week against a ranked opponent, and that time Greenwood jump off side, and instead of looking at a 1st and 10, Cleveland will be looking at 1st and 5.
Miller is the quarterback, tall and thin. 1st down and 5 for the Wolves. From their own 25-yard line, Miller, 2 receivers right, 1 left, hands it off, and not much going on right there. Blake in on the stop along. He has some pep on that.
They're gonna have a long night if they intend to try to run up that Miller on Mr. Blake. And I'll brag about anything can slip at any time, but this kid, he anchored that Miller. He's gonna be pretty rough to run up there.
Blake and Lyman, 2nd and 5 from the 25. Motion from left to right by Cleveland. In motion from left, he gets the call around the left side. Goes Jackson. Jackson has enough for the 1st down and more for the Cleveland Wolves. Good running that time by Cleveland. We talked about the young man not big in stature, but didn't need that. Had the wheels turning and going to pick up some big yards from the play before he's out of bounds on the 4th side. 1st and 10 for the Wolves.
Tremendous game that time. Bouncing outside and make a couple men miss, and big 1st down for Cleveland.
1st and 10 for Cleveland from their own 44. Miller. And the whole team will look over to the left side. That's their sideline. 2 receivers right. Shotgun snap. Takes it. Hands it off. Coming around the right side is Griffin. Griffin turns up. He'll pick up 6 or 7, but he's stopped short of the 1st down. Some positive yards on the play. It ran left the 1st time this time. And he comes back right side to Griffin, up some positive yards on the sideline to the 8 standing by.
And I tell you what, right now, with Bulldog offensively came and did the show, but right now the defense right now is short. I want to let you know that the humidity is real hot down here on the field, so I'm sure they're going to be taking frequent breaks from the home front sideline. Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
2nd down, and as you said, that the official turned and started patting those shoulders for a timeout. But that time I will take one too. 6-0 score. Greenwood up with 5:38 to play in quarter 1. 6-0. This is Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute.
Hey, got Kohanen back in this school system?
Hey, Chris, are you there? Chris? Chris?
Okay, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're back.
2nd down and 4 for Cleveland from their own 49-yard line. Short side right, 2 receivers, wide side up top. There's the handoff, and he's going to power forward. I believe enough, maybe not quite enough. Close to the 1st down. Going to bring him in 3rd down and short.
Going to be a little bit short, but it's just 3rd down. I'm pretty sure that Cleveland feeling
Face man.
On
Greenwood.
Greenwood.
They're going to be an automatic 1st down. First receivers are down. Cleveland look like they struggled, but this time they got the ball. Look like they moving the ball on Greenwood real well, bouncing it to the outside, using their speed. And right now they got first and 10 on about the 36 of Greenwood.
5 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Quarter one. Greenwood up. Cleveland with the football on the Bulldogs side of the field now. Here's Miller with the one back set left side. Going to put a man in motion from left to right. This Griffin takes it, hands it off, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards. Again, Blake leading the charge on the tackle. That time on the run was Tyler.
I think they're going to say he lost a yard, Mr. Hall.
Okay.
They're going to say he lost at least a yard. That time tried to run a counter up to Miller, trying to fool Mr. Blake, and that time he didn't bite off of it, and they're going to be second and about 11.
Second and 11. Ball is at the 37 of Greenwood. Motion from right to left. Hands it off. Stumbles. Turns up. Has some daylight. Breaks one tackle. Slips another tackle. Stood up. And here comes the flag coming in.
That might look like face mask there. And he indicating face mask. That time had him stop behind the line of scrimmage. Slipped away from it, and then they got another face mask called on top of about 5-yard game. So Cleveland right now is moving the ball.
Reggie Pinkston, who's a wide receiver, lined up in that wide receiver spot. He came around the back of the formation, got the carry, as you said, slipped a couple of tackles, and then got rewarded on the end with the penalty against Greenwood with 4:19 to play. Greenwood is going to ask for and receive a timeout. Dick, what's the discussion?
Well, they got to stay at home for one thing. You got to stay at home. Sometimes when you get too aggressive, you move out your spot. They're running a lot of counter stuff. They fake on one side and going back the other way. And these guys got to pay attention and stay at home and try to stop them from having success running that ball.
Greenwood is up. Got on the board with exactly 7 minutes to play on a fake handoff to Addison, and DeAndre Smith took it in for the 2-yard run. PAT was blocked, and that's where you rest right now. 6-0 score. Greenwood is leading. Cleveland first and 10 from the Bulldogs. Looks like about the 27-yard line. Cleveland would like to answer. We had this football since the 7-minute mark, just under 3 minutes. Nearly 4 minutes for Cleveland. Ball is on the left hash. We roll from left to right. Miller is the quarterback. Here's Tyler on his right. Receiver, 2 receivers right and 1 left slot. Motion from left to right. Here's the handoff up the middle of Tyler. Tyler explodes for the first down. It's hard to go down. Finally spun around and now finally mashed down to the ground, but not before he got enough of the first down. Sliced that time. Dick also had some strength at the end of that run.
Yeah, he did. And like I said, once he making that fake, Greenwood is biting off it, and it's a counter. All it is a counter, and they being successful with it. That time another first down.
First and 10. And there's a flag on the play. First and 10 from about the 12-yard line. On the sideline to the 8 standing by.
Hey, if a picture could paint 1,000 words, then Coach Gatewood right now would be a Mona Lisa, because right now he's super upset with the mistake that this defense is making. 2 face masks and now are offside, and he'll leak from the Upchurch home front sideline report. I'm Jonathan Hopkins. Back to you, Lee Hall.
First and 5. Motion from right to left. Miller hands it off. Up to Miller goes Tyler. He'll stop. He'll pick up 2 yards. And now to about a second down and 4-3. Second and about 4.
And you got to give Cleveland coaches credit. They big. They're gonna pound on this defense and see can they tire them out. And right now they are having success moving the ball down the field, and they're probably gonna do it the rest of the night. Greenwood just gonna have to buckle down, and try to stop them.
Ball is at about the 6-yard line. Here's the direct snap. And the snap goes to Winston. Winston gets down to about the 1-yard line before he's tackled. Following behind the blockers on his left side this time.
It's going to be first and goal on about the 1-yard line.
Got enough for the first down. First down, goal to go from the 1. 2:54 to play. Cleveland trying to tie the ball game up. Again.
I'll go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Correction. Winston, the direct snaps again to the outside. Hit, stumbles, stood up long enough, driven back. Good defense that time by Greenwood. Didn't see the first person tagging, but finishing him off and denying him was Dennis Winston. Correction, no. There was Trevor Randall. Denied him any forward progress after he got tagged by the defender for Greenwood at first. And he will get perhaps back to the line of scrimmage, a second and goal from about the 1. Cleveland right back to the line of scrimmage. This time the direct snap would go to Malik Pate. Pate trying to get inside. He does. Pate is in for the touchdown. 6-6 score. 2:05 to play.
Good drive that time by the Wolves of Cleveland. Took that ball on about the 20-yard line, and they moved it all the way down. Of course, Greenwood High helped them out a little bit with numbers of flags. So, but anyway, this ball game tied up 6 and looking to go ahead. It's Cleveland.
Cleveland going to try for the field goal. And Dick, you talk all the time about the field goal. On to attempt this field goal for Cleveland. It's up, and it's good. Cleveland will take a 1-point lead over Greenwood by a score of 7-6 with 2:05 to play in the first. We'll break. We'll come back. You're listening to Greenwood Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute. Malik Pate tied the ball, give him a 1-yard run. Here comes Cleveland Wolves. They're going to come kick this football off. Back deep in the middle is Chambers. Kobe Chambers standing back at about the 12-yard line, steps up to about the 13. Here's the kick. It's a driver taking up front. They're going to pitch it back to Chambers, trying to get to the outside. Spun around, comes up 25, pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Greenwood will take possession there. Close around the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
A minute 58 to play. To the sideline real quick to the A standing by.
I tell you what, right then on defensively, you can see the defense came out on the sideline kind of gassed, and the coach is letting them know that penalty hurt you. You had 25 yards in penalty on that drive. Take away them 25 yards, and probably the defense would probably still be on the field by now. From the home front Upchurch sideline report, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Greenwood Bulldogs with the football down by 1, 7-6, with a minute 58 to play in the first quarter. Smith with Addison directly behind him, 2 right, 2 left receivers. Hands it off, nothing but daylight at the 35, 40, 45, midfield, broke down at the 45-yard line. Finally there to pull him down for Cleveland, caught him from behind, was Jadavian Melvin, who's a corner, 6 feet tall. Caught him, Dick. Had it not been for that, he'd been running.
And I thought he was going to get by him that time. It was a good open field tackle. You got to give the safety credit. Addison broke through there untouched. He was the only one who had a chance.
Bulldogs right back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Addison, fakes left, goes right, stutter steps, spins. Breaks out of the tackle down at the 40. Dick, let's back to the first play. A lot of explosiveness that time on behalf of Addison. Knew that he would be the featured back this year and do not fear that he would disappoint.
Yeah, you know, we talked about that last year, all last year, because they had Iverson last year, but Addison showed you what he could do, and they're going to depend on him a lot.
Low snap. Addison gets it again. Runs right down to the 35. Broke down maybe at the 33-yard line before he was tackled. And on the hit to stop him was Justin Howard.
We got a flag. They're going to call holding on Greenwood.
Walked that one back upfield. Greenwood Bulldogs down by 1 with the football. Seven, 6 score. Cleveland up with 1 minute, 11 seconds to play in the quarter. Greenwood Bulldogs with Sandy. Receiver wide right up top. That's Zachary Westbrooks. They'll send doubles now on either side of full-man front for Cleveland. Play action, drops the throw underneath on the screen. Chamber comes underneath, hit right there as he caught the ball at the line of scrimmage. And that was a good tackle by the Cleveland defender to get there and stop him, Brandon King.
Yeah, tried to bubble string inside in Cleveland. Were right there waiting on it. Gonna bring up a third down in about 15.
Ball is at the 49-yard line. 3rd and 15. Snap back, rolls right to throw. Sets up, catches and fires deep downfield, trying to find Metcalf. And it's incomplete. Little interference, tipping that football for Cleveland. And Metcalf, though, Dick, minute thought he might have still had it because he hit him.
Oh, it should have been a touchdown. You don't miss that. You don't miss that. If it hits you in the hand like that, you're a wide receiver, you catch it, cause not going to blame anything on Metcalf. Outstanding receiver. That time should have been a touchdown.
Instead of a 4th down, you can see Metcalf did coming on the inside. He's a little dejected. 3 or 4 coaches are talking to him. And Carlos Bonner, their wide receiver coach, is talking to him. And what is he telling them, Dick? Forget about that one.
Hey, that's over with. Hey,
Okay.
That's it. Let's play ball. It'll come up again.
Cleveland back to return. Back deep for the Wolves is Manny Tyler. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back to 7-6 score, 28 seconds to play in the first quarter. Cleveland leading. Back in 1 minute. This is Bulldog football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1. They're coming back. Tyler and Cleveland back. Here's the ball, snap back. No pressure, kick is up, hangs high, and it's going to hit down. Bulldogs going to get their hands on it. It's going to be called down, but Dick, I think the Bulldogs, as the officials indicate, it will be Greenwood football.
It's gonna be it should be. Well, they can't advance a muff. If they're gonna say it's a muff now, we're gonna wait and see.
The official going to talk about it. Let's see. Coach Gatewood is acting there. Coach Gatewood actually wants the touchdown. Greenwood will have possession on the sideline to the A standing back.
Hey, I tell you what, I'm so glad that that came about because the Bulldog offense came to it and they was displayed it and they was pointing fingers at each other and you can't do that. If you're going to be a championship team, you got to go find your teammate and let them know that, hey, man, hey, better luck. We're coming at you again on the next go-round. You can't get the play and a play like that if they can get in and score and pull this team back together again because on the sideline they kept hollering, we needed that one. From the home front sideline, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Bulldogs first down and 10 from their own 17. Here's the snap back, coming to the left side. Metcalf gets it, steps out of the tackle, down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
And that's good. That's good to put the ball back in Metcalf's hand after you miss something like that. Hey, that's a sign of showing your player that we got a lot of confidence in you. Don't worry about that. You still our man. So that's a good call to even get a chance to put the ball back in Metcalf's hand.
And they were quickly We say forget about it, but it's still lingering in the back of their mind. Touch that football again, it pushes it further back into your mind, huh?
Right. I like that call. I like that call.
1 second to play in the first quarter. Greenwood down by a score of 7-6. Will they go in with one ticket? Will we have to go into the second quarter as
I don't think the clock gonna start until they're gonna call. The play gonna stand. I think they had a double
yeah,
foul against each team, so the play gonna stand.
offsetting penalties? So Greenwood would have the Greenwood would have the football at the 5 yard line of Cleveland. Smith talking to his players. Chambers going to float to the far side out there with Metcalf. Also Westbrooks all on the right side of the formation. Addison along with Smith listening to Coach Weavers on the play. 1 second to play. First quarter. 7-6. Greenwood scored first on a 2 yard run by Smith. And Cleveland scored on a 1 yard run.
They're gonna end that quarter.
And with that, we'll step aside and come back. 7-6 score, Cleveland up, Bulldogs with the football and threatening. This is Greenwood Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta, back in one. And welcome back. First play of the second quarter coming up. Greenwood down, trying to go ahead. 7-6 score, Cleveland leading. Smith scored on a 2 yard run, and Pace scored on a 1 yard run. Bulldogs missed their field goal. Cleveland did not. And that's where we are right now. But the Bulldogs got the football back, Dick, on a big mistake by Cleveland. Many thought they were going to get back. Their ball took a funny hop. They jumped up, touched it. Bulldogs came down with it. And that's where we are right now. Bulldogs with a first down and goal to go from about the Cleveland Wolves 5 yard line.
And you try to teach your players not to let that kind of bounce get away, but it's just one of those bounces sometimes that they talk about how far the front of that ball bounce sometimes.
As the handoff, Addison steps forward, steps back, around the left side, slung down to the turf, going to lose some yards on the play, back upfield. LZ 8, Greenville O'Bannon 0.
That time, Addison tried to bounce it to the outside, wasn't able to do so, and going to lose a couple yards on that particular play.
So a 3rd down and 7 for Greenwood. Nope, 3rd down and goal, correction, from the 7 for Greenwood. Chamber with trot to the far side, short side of the field. 2 receivers wide side right, wheel flowing from left to right. Addison behind Smith, hands it off to Addison. Addison powers forward and fell down, stumble, kept his arm down to help him get a little bit closer, but he could not make it to the goal line. This is going to bring up a 3rd down and goal from about the 3-yard line.
That time Addison tried to keep his balance. Actually wasn't tackled, just leaning so far forward and lost his balance.
Shotgun snap to Addison. Smith drops it, picks it up, turns in, and he's going to lose the football. Now I believe Greenwood will get down on it. I think Greenwood going to keep it. Dick, 4th down coming up. Much talking about field goal. Would that be an attempt for a field goal here? On a 4th down and goal from about the 3.
I don't know. You know, you watch them at practice. Sometimes they kicking it well, and other time they're not so successful. So this is a tough decision here that the coach is gonna have to make, and I think they're gonna go for it.
You won't get many field goals closer than this. 4th and goal from the 3.5. Bulldogs going to go for it on 4th. Play action, go to the end zone. Ball deflected, going to fall incomplete, and Cleveland will take over the football deep in their own territory with 10 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the second quarter.
And it's gonna be important here that Greenwood hold Cleveland down here, because if they put a sustained drive together here, that's gonna mean that they're not having any fear of this Greenwood defense, and they came to play some football.
Ace, this is a fight for field position here. Ace, are you with us? This is the fight
Right
for
now, Greenwood on that fumble, because they dropped down the ball, had a golden opportunity to put some points on the board, but got turned away. So right now, the coaches right now trying to get the momentum back going from the home front sideline. Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
first and 10 for Miller and the Wildcats. The handoff, not much coming out of there.
And this was set big, Basal, if they could hold Cleveland down here and make them punt from this end of the field and maintain a good field position. So this is actually could be a good drive here and a good opportunity for Greenwood to keep good field position.
Robert LaFleur on the tackle, 2nd and 10. Miller throws it from the end zone. Downfield ball is deflected and incomplete off the fingertips of what should have been a caught ball by Cleveland. Could not bring that in. 3rd and 10.
And it looked like he was catch that, he'd have been off to the races.
Oh, yeah. Had gotten behind right across the middle there. And Miller, like Smith, put one in the hands of the receiver. Miller did the same thing. His receiver didn't catch it. Possession play here for Cleveland. 3rd and 10 from their own 6. Is the play action across the middle. Incomplete. As they tried to go to the wide receiver, Kiswick Akin, and Akin was separated from that football. Good hit that time by the Bulldogs.
That's going to be, what's his name,
Emmons, Orlando Emmons.
I'll tell you what, you hear me often say that if this kid has some size,
Yeah.
it would be unreal.
On that play there, probably wouldn't have got off the ground.
No. If that kid has a size, no, he never would have got up off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
This kid bring it. He bring every pound he got.
Dick the Bulldog answered your request. You said, hey, they got to hold them, and they held them. They did not pick up any yards on the play. So Cleveland now kicking from deep into their own end zone.
And they got to delay a game, man. I see a flag go down.
On the sideline to the A standing back.
Hey, you talking about a good hit right then, Omar, when he came in and took him out. I was looking for a flag, because we watch so much college football, and they always got a problem with a good hit like that. But it's a good, clean hit right on the ball. Omar Emerson came in like a stud to be his size in the way that he played. Right now, the Greenwood High School Bulldogs should give them some momentum right now to try to get this game. Like Dick said, as you give them punt for right here, ain't no telling what can happen. From the home front up church sideline, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
He is on the back of the end zone. And did the Bulldogs jump offside?
I don't know. I didn't see anybody move. I didn't, let's see. They moving this away. Come on now, you don't need to give them a first down.
Going to put their football down again at about the 7-yard line.
And I actually gave him some comfort room.
Yeah.
Because he was tight on the goal line then that time. But if we hadn't said anything about Kobe, he got to keep that ball away from Kobe.
Ball is back on the ground. It's up. Got a decent kick out of there. And going to take it. Chambers at the 30. Chambers fighting down inside near the 17-yard line.
Ooh,
and he's finally brought down to the play. Bulldogs going to get good field position inside the red zone to start this drive, down by 1-7 with 9 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the second quarter.
And I'm going to say this. You hardly ever see Shaman make those kind of mistakes. Shaman stayed to the outside.
Okay.
He's in the end zone. What possession we cut back up in there, he had him a wall out there. If he stays to the outside, He's in the end zone.
And you said he did come right up the middle there. Thought he saw something that Cleveland closed it up. However, Greenwood going to start this football first down and 10 from the Cleveland Wolves 19-yard line. Smith, Addison behind him. Receiver right, one left. He faked it, no one was there. He keeps it, he turns it up. Positive yards, still dancing on his feet down inside near the 5, correction. Going to put him down at about the 6-yard line. Good move that time. Dick, let me ask you, did he miss the handoff there?
Yeah, it was a busted play, but good thinking by the quarterback, Smith, to keep it and get what he can out of it, and he got a chunk of yardage. Greenwood first and goal.
First down and goal from just outside the 6. Here's the handoff. Addison has a hold for a moment. Addison bursts through. Addison in the end zone for the 6-yard run. Touchdown, Greenwood.
Beautiful high step, beautiful cut. That time by Addison.
8 minutes, 55 seconds to play. In that second quarter, Bulldogs just snatched the lead back from the Wolves. Bulldogs are going to try to make up for that missed PAT earlier. Missed PAT earlier. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion here and try to double the score. Up now by 5, 12-7 over Cleveland. Going to put Chambers in motion, and he's going to keep it. Flash going to come out. He will get to the end zone. And that was a direct snap.
You can call it illegal motion.
To Tyler Beckworth. With 7 minutes, 9 seconds to left in the second quarter, Els is 16 and Greenville 0.
Els has done a good job. Got an outstanding running back, little Fant, who's carrying Els, an outstanding little running back.
I'll tell you what, brought him all the way back last week. Els are down. Els scored, I believe, 28 unanswered points to come back and beat LaFleur last week here on Bulldog Field.
Gonna be kind of something to watch. See how Greenwood maintain him or control him.
12-7 score. Everybody asking, they want to see Greenwood and Elsie both coming to the ballgame undefeated, but a lot of football before that. Greenwood going for a 2-point conversion. Here's Smith and a whistle. Let's go down the sideline to the ace standing by.
Hey, right now, another delay of game just been called against the Bulldogs. Going to back them up some more for this 2-point conversion. Right now, on that touchdown run that Greenwood just got, it was a busted play on the play before, but turned got around and went back to the same play. They ran the same play again on the busted play, and this time the result was in the end zone, giving the Bulldogs their second lead of the ball game. Right now, it seems like the momentum is coming back, but one thing Coach Gatewood don't like mistakes, and they're going 2-point conversion. Back to you, Lee Hall.
Caught by Chambers, beautiful flying here from this side. We saw a beautiful angle on that. Laid it right there for the 2-point conversion, a makeup for the missed PAT earlier. Bulldogs are going to double the score over Cleveland. 14-7, 8:55 to play. This is Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute.
Band getting smaller and smaller, ain't it?
Man, we talked about today. We said that sometimes we see some schools have more cheerleaders than they do band members.
Yeah. That's something else, man. You expect for things to get bigger and better. Look like it's declining.
Yeah.
I don't think Mohead got a band.
Wow.
Okay, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here's the kickoff. Cleveland with it. Here comes Tony Cleveland Jr. Brings it out to the 40, near the 40, and there's a flag right there resting at the 40-yard line. The third ball game, Dick, we're seeing more penalties in this ball game than the last two.
Yeah, we have. We didn't see as many flags in the first 2 ball games, right? I don't understand it. I don't understand why we're seeing a lot of flags. This going against Cleveland. In the third ball game, we always talk about the flags at the beginning of the season, but you're in your third ball game, and you ought to be kind of more relaxed on how to play this game now.
Going to walk it back against the purple and white Cleveland Wildcats. Wildcats for so long. Cleveland Wolves, purple and white, not the black and gold anymore. First down and 10 for Cleveland. Ball is resting right there at their own 25-yard line. Miller's the quarterback. One back on his left side. Now he's going to get right behind him. Three receivers left and one right. There's a snap. He fakes it. He keeps it. Rolls the throw. Looking. Sends it downfield. Picked off. Randall on the interception. Randall back upfield. Randall dragging the play along. Down inside the 20. To about the 17-yard line. Dickey saw it coming and knew what to do with it. Running back upfield. Got some tough yards running back, but this is going to put the football right back into the possession of Greenwood.
Something you want to do. And then, and I'm going to say this, I never understand it. You done had pretty success running the ball on Greenwood so far. Now you get the ball in a pretty tedious position, then you want to pass the ball. And Greenwood is right there to make the interception.
Randall on the INT to give the football to Greenwood. Dick, exactly in the place they had it last time before they scored it, at the 19-yard line of Cleveland.
No doubt, no doubt.
First and 10 from the 19 for DeAndre Smith. Smith takes a snap. Play action to Addison going downfield. It's going to be incomplete as they try to go down to Metcalf. The ball failed incomplete. Second down coming up. Greenwood up 14-7, 8:27 to play in the second. On the sideline to the A standing by.
Hey, I tell you what, that was a tremendous interception right there. And the defense was already plunging, had the quarterback rattled and confused, and they looked like it was wide open. But Brandon was right there in the nick of time, picked that one off, and getting the Bulldogs right now in fine scoring position. Right now, the Bulldogs, I'm sure, with 8 minutes and 27 seconds left in the second quarter, want to put some points on the board before the half. From the Upchurch home front sideline, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Second and 10, full receiver set. Play action by Smith. Sends across the field. Catch is made by the Bulldogs receiver. Down on the grab was Zachary Westbrooks.
And that might have should have been a late hit on the quarterback, but it wasn't called. Greenwood put some points on the board now and can kind of put a little fear in his team. So it's important that they put some more points on the board, try to stretch this league out.
Did you get that ball into the red zone? You got to get some scores.
You got to get some scores. And my thing is the extra points. I worry about those extra points.
First and goal from the 5. Shotgun snap. Pistol formation. Receiver from left to right. Hands it off to Addison. Addison going to be slung, foul, mashed down near the 5-yard line. Second and goal from the 5 for Greenwood.
That play come thin hair that's being a big play that defender for Cleveland held on for dear life because if he let go, Addison gets in the end zone.
7 minutes, 21 seconds to play. Second quarter, 14-7 score. Greenwood second and goal from the 5. Here's Smith, rolls out of the pocket, wants to throw, pointing downfield, sends it downfield near side, and touchdown Greenwood. On the catch, Kobe Chambers for the 5-yard reception.
He put that ball he couldn't put it nowhere else. You got to get his young quarterback. He put that ball. He couldn't put it nowhere else, Mr. Hall. That's a beautiful pass and catch from Smith to Chambers.
Chambers, and you can see him setting it up. Came out of the pocket, rolled the throw, started pointing. Say, I want you, and I want it right there. Threw it, their reception made. Now Dick Bulldogs going to come on here with a PAT attempt. Chambers is the holder.
It's all right. They need to get it. That's all I'm saying. Ain't no problem trying it, but you need to get these extra points. You can't leave Cleveland in a situation where extra point going to be the difference in this ball game.
Outstretched arms, snaps back, kick is up. It's long enough, and he booted that one through. Not very much effort behind it, but that ball shot through the uprights, and there was Altorian Stanifer with the PhD. So Greenwood is up 21-7, 7:07 to play in the second quarter. This is Bulldog football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute. Hot night here, Dick.
It's hot.
Yes, sir.
But I can't figure out why you got all this air up here and can't get it fixed. It's sad. I don't like to talk like that, but it's just sad to me.
88 degrees. We're going to get some water somewhere at halftime.
We got to do something. It's extremely hot up in here. Come out better sitting outside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium, Week 3. Greenwood up by a score of 21-7 with 7:07 to play in the first half here. Greenwood is up. Nice pitch and catch, Dick, as you talked about Smith getting that football to his prime receiver.
I'm telling you, right? Beautiful. You couldn't put it nowhere yet. That's incredible.
Here's a kickoff at Greenwood to Cleveland. End over end. Back on a paddle. Back to the 7. Comes forward to the 10. 15, 20. 25-30 on his feet, steps out of the tackle once, twice at the 40, hit from behind finally, and knocked up to the 45-yard line. And coming there to finish him off after everybody was tagging him was Omar Emmons came to finish him off, but Dick, that was a good kick, and the return man brought that ball back and slipped 3 or 4 tackles to give Cleveland good field position with 6:54 to play, down by 2 touchdowns.
The little man was juking and jabbing, twisting and turning, and I tell you what, making people miss, putting out from tackles, outstanding run that time by the young man from Cleveland.
Terry Winston is in the backfield. It's the first 10 for Cleveland from their own 43. Left hash, Bulldogs offside. On the sideline to the A's standing by.
Hey, again, Greenwood with an offside and another penalty that they're trying to eliminate. And right now, Coach Greenwood wants the defense to try to get the ball back again. But with penalty like that, you're going to have a chance of putting the team on the end zone from the home front sideline. Back to you, Lee Hall.
First and 5 for Cleveland. Here's the handoff. Around the right side goes Winston. Winston has a first down and more. And Winston in the Bulldogs territory at the 25-yard line. Nice run by Winston, small in stature, but he had big moves, Dick, and some speed.
He
just
did.
Like that in the Bulldogs territory.
He's making people miss. I'm telling you, Winston seems like he might be small, but he look like he's been lifting them weights, Masaul.
5'8", 165. Not awfully small. First and 10 from the 23.
He ain't 5'8".
Okay. See, you better right about that. First and 10 from the 23. Motion from right to left. Here's the snap. Hands off over the right side to Tyler. Tyler stretched out, and he's going to be hit. Tyler hit hard.
That time we were pushed back. Beautiful defensive play that time by the Bulldogs.
Quintavious Lyman backed in the backfield on the hit. Also back there with him was Malik Sanders, defensive tackle.
You give Cleveland got the numbers over there. They got a large team.
6'8" numbers, 5'8" numbers, 5:48 to play. A timeout on the field, 21 Greenwood, 7 Cleveland. We'll break and come back. This is Bulldog football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute. Second down and 18. Ball is snapped back, bobbled, but Cleveland going to keep it in the possession. Latarius Miller didn't get a clean snap, Dick, and the Bulldogs going to capitalize on that. They're going to lose some more yards going back upfield.
And I know what Go Gatewood, he's trying to get an opportunity to get the ball back with enough time on the clock, and he get his team in the end zone one more time. Big third down right here, basically. Wonder would they go for it on fourth.
We will see. Maybe 5 minutes, 15 seconds to play in the second quarter. Greenwood up, Cleveland with the football. Going deep down the right side, sends it down the right side. Ball is incomplete. Bulldogs got their hands on it, send that football down inside the 5-yard line, and it was a jump ball, Dick.
Yeah.
And Greenwood got the hands on it. Cleveland could come down with it.
And it might, we'll wait and see, but it might play good for Greenwood that they didn't intercept that down there, because it probably would have been tackled down there. But let's see if this team, what kind of punt they're going to get off, and if Shane get an opportunity to make a return.
5 minutes and 3 seconds. The clock is stopped at that point. Cleveland going to punt this football away, maybe. Chambers standing back at the 5 on the far side. Metcalf on the near side standing at the 7. Ball snap back. Here's the kick. It's up. Not going to sail too far. Greenwood going to miss it. Cleveland going to pick it up at the 15, 12-yard line. The Bulldogs tried to scoop it up and missed it completely. And Cleveland got their settle on it. And Cleveland would get the football at the Bulldogs' 12-yard line, make that 16-yard line.
Good idea. You got to make sure you get it.
Okay.
Wasn't nothing wrong with the idea, because if he get it, he's moving. But he got to make sure he got it.
And Cleveland will get the football. First and 10 at the Bulldogs' 21-yard line with 4:52 to play. Greenwood up 21-7. Ball is on the right hash. Cleveland Miller is the quarterback. Has Winston behind him. He'll send 2 receivers left, wide. Short side is open. They're going to overload the left side. Cleveland will. There's the snap back. Winston gets it, leans forward, moves down inside the 20 to about the 17 before he stopped on the play. On the sideline to the 8 standing by.
Hey, one thing you want to say about that turnover right there, Coach Gatewood, he always preaching to stay away from the ball, and make a situation like that. At least if you're going to be on the ball, make sure you can make a play out of it. And that time, that ball, immunity down here, I'm sure the ball just slipped right out of his hand from the home front sideline. Back to you, Lee Hall.
2nd and 7. Going to hand it off again. Up the middle goes Terry Winston. This time he will not get any yards. 3rd down, he will stop right there at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 7. And injured players shaking up on the field. Like to always thank our supporters for supporting Greenwood Bulldogs football.
And you talk about, you talking about a veteran player, Chamber, I think with Kobe, that made that effort. When you look at that situation, like I say, the only thing he did wrong, didn't make sure that he had the ball. It was a good idea. I mean, because if he get it, there's a possibility he off to the races.
Because the ball was right there, Dick, out in the open.
Right.
And when he came back, it was still in the open. Cleveland just came back and got it, just could not go anywhere with it. But you're right.
Right.
What is the best? I mean, what else would you do when you see that kind of opportunity in front of you?
Yeah, you go for it, because didn't nobody cause him to miss the ball. If somebody calls, if he had somebody just that close to him, to cause him to miss the ball is different situation. So he had an opportunity to pick that up clean and get a pretty good run out of it.
Ball is going to be snapped back by Miller. It's going to fall on the ground. And Cleveland going to lose some yards on the play. And the player shaking up on the field for Greenwood was Altorian Sander for the 6'1", 220-pound sophomore.
See, on a call like that, who is the call on? If they snap the ball, who is the call on? Why ain't the ball back there where the quarterback, should have been a play, and it should have been marked back there where the quarterback was.
3rd down and 11 for Cleveland. Ball is at the Bulldogs 23. Miller play action across the middle, incomplete. That ball was intended for the wide receiver, but it was way over his head. As we see the Cleveland marching band make their way out of the stand, they're going to perform here tonight on Bulldogs Field. Greenwood is leading 21-7, 3:32 to play in the first half.
And if they can make a big stand here, a big stop here, no harm done. You still got 3 minutes and something left on the clock. Plenty enough time to move the ball down the field and get a score. So you want to tell your team, hey, no harm done. Let's just make a big play here.
4th and 11 for Cleveland from Greenwood's 23-yard line. Right hash, Miller, low snap, takes his steps up, breaks the tackles, and brought down. Ball is going to come out, but I think it was down after he picked up about 3 yards on the play. And Dick Greenwood will get the football with plenty of time. 3:24 left to play in the first half. Greenwood will start just about 70 yards away, maybe.
And you talking about, confidence, showing your player you got confidence. Hey, let's go to Chamber, just like you did Metcalf. Hey, let's just show you we still got confidence in you, son. Let's go to it.
Bulldogs going to start 82 yards away. Ball is at the 18-yard line of Greenwood with 3:24 to play in the first half. Greenwood is leading 21-7. Bulldogs 3 wide receivers right for Smith. He has Addison on his right side. 1 receiver on the left side of the formation. That's the short side. We're flowing from left to right here at Bulldog Stadium. Quick pitch right side to Metcalf to the 20, 25, slips down to the 25 and brought down at about the 26-yard line. On the tackle was Jadavian Melvin on the tackle. A pickup of 7 yards on the play on a pass catch to the flat.
Plenty of time. 3 minutes left in the first half. Plenty of time. Move the ball down the field.
2nd and 3 from the 25 for Greenwood. Bulldogs going to send 3 receivers wide left, 1 wide right. That's Metcalf on the right side. There's the snap, play action to Addison, who's back to block across the middle, and caught by Chambers, and making moves at midfield and out of bounds, and tackled out of bounds, and flags coming from everywhere. And Reggie Pinkston going to throw both hands. It wasn't flagrant, but he held on to him too long after he got out of bounds, and they had to throw that.
Yeah, let him. You got to let him go. Once you, and they know it. They know he's out of bounds. Let him go. You dragging with the man out of bounds, so I think it was a good call by the official.
Nice catch and run to the sideline to the A standing by.
I guess Coach Gatewood probably feel pretty good about that call because he's been on the officials about all that holding that's been going on and telling them to let some of the call kind of go our way. So I guess a big call like that will kind of make them feel kind of good. Chamber was already out of bounds, and they kept a hold on. Like you said, it wasn't nothing fragrant, but they're going to call it as it was a fragrant. But he snatched them down after he got them out. Probably would have got away with it, but once he made it to the track with him, he snatched them down. And I think that's why all the officials started throwing their flags at. From the Upchurch home front sideline report, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Flags from everywhere. First and 10. Here's the handoff. Metcalf around the left side. He tucks the football on his left arm, and he picks up 5 yards on the play. Up to the 30-yard line, or down to the 30-yard line with 2:24 to play. 21-7 score. Greenwood is up.
Good drive. You still got 2 minutes left in the ball game. Look where you're going to come from. A good play calling, and good drive here by the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs started on their own 18, now upfield to the 30 of Cleveland. Bulldogs up 21-7, 2:04 to play. Clock is rolling. Ball is on the left hash, shotgun formation for Greenwood. Smith is in the shotgun. Receivers 3 to his right side, 1 to his left. Addison with the play action, and there's false start on Greenwood. 5 yards mark off, but set the football back where we started at the 35.
That time got a little bit impatient. The Bulldog got a little bit impatient. Extra time. Let it come to you. Let the game come to you.
1:50 resting on the clock in the first half. Kobe Chambers wide right. Metcalf is in the middle, also right here on the right side. Looks like Silas, the tight end spot, or wide receiver spot, for wide receiver set. Drops the pass, going deep down the right side, and it is incomplete. Overshot Metcalf and everybody else on that one.
I think it was Chambers, wasn't it?
Chambers, is that Chambers?
I think it's
Chambers, yeah, Chambers.
I think Chamber got thrown off his route.
Okay.
Uh, I think the bump, actually a good defensive play by the corner, bumped him on the line of scrimmage and kind of threw him off his route.
Yeah. Because he ended up in the middle of the field instead of down where the football was, down by the 5-yard line to the corner.
Right. Now what they're going to do an in and out, and one of them going to be wide open.
2 receivers right, 1 left, on a 3rd and 10 from the 35. Play action, pumps the throw, wants to throw underneath, incomplete. Salas reached up with the one hand, couldn't pull that football in. Quintarius Salas, the tight end, 6'3", 240.
And one of the few passes that Cleveland, they're going to be cold against Cleveland, but one of the few passes that Smith has been kind of off the mark on, but they're going to call a holding against the Cleveland Wolf and Wolfpack. Is it Wolfpack?
Wolfpack, Wolves, they call them both, Dick, actually.
Yeah, well, Wolf,
Yeah.
and they're going to give Greenwood an automatic first down.
The Wolves of Cleveland with the infraction, and they will give Greenwood Dick a 1st and 10 with a minute 24 to play. 1st and 10 from the 25. Is the handoff. Addison up the middle, still running, and he'll end up with about 9 yards on the play. The clock is moving with a minute and 14 to play in the first half.
Yeah, still got plenty of time. No threat for time. Need to kind of speed it up just a little bit. Get your several plays off and hope that you get in the end zone.
As we roll under 1 minute here. Here's the snap, play action, keeps it, has it, throws it down to the 5-yard line. A good catch that time by Chambers. Now it's the first down and goal to go. Clock is going to stop on that reception, Dick. Bulldogs 21, Cleveland 7. 1st and goal for Greenwood from about the 5-yard line of Cleveland. Boy, they're playing this. They throw this ball back up at their own 18-yard line. Here's to Addison. Addison fighting inside. Addison is fighting. He will not get into the end zone. He stopped there, close to the goal line.
Timeout. You can call a timeout if you got one.
Clock is still rolling.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't call the timeout. And everybody's for the Bulldogs saying, hurry up here.
Either hurry up or call timeout.
And going to keep it. Touchdown, Greenwood. Quarterback keeper by Smith. Smith with the 2nd touchdown of the night. 27 Greenwood, 7 Cleveland.
Ball new extra point.
On the sideline to the 8 standing by.
Hey, I tell you what a tremendous play that was by the Greenwood High School Bulldog and scoring on that touchdown with 15 seconds left before the half. Greenwood wanted to put some points on the board. I heard you and Dick up there like, come on, somebody do that. Do that one time. And everything just worked out for the good and a good hit right there. Good scoring right there by the Bulldog to put points on the board from the home front up church sideline report. I'm Jonathan Hopkins. Back to you, Lay Hall.
I tell you, Dick, we got to water down somewhere at the halftime.
Yeah, we got to do something. It's extremely hot up here, Ms. Hall. Maybe one of the hottest night I can remember.
Snap directed back this time to Tyler Beckworth. Can't get in for the 2-point conversion. And that's going to bring us to 15 seconds to play. 27-7 score. We'll keep it right here for the final 15 seconds in the first half. I'm sure Cleveland will get it. And after they possess it, Timer perhaps just run all the way out to get us to the half. And can you imagine how they feel, the football players down on the field on a very hot and humid night here in the Mississippi Delta?
Well, it might not be that rough on them as hard. The wind.
Oh, it's rough. It's rough.
It's
rough.
Okay, but up in here, we are closed in, and we don't have very few windows that are open now. I mean, you got one in front of you, but the air conditioning.
Yeah, it's just open. It's just open.
I think one of them is working up here, but it's humid hot up here.
No, hey, Dick, no. One of them is on.
Yeah, one on.
One on, but if it's working, I don't know.
I don't know. It must have got heat on. They got it on heat. They need to check it.
Greenwood's going to kick this football off. Greenwood is kicking from our left to our right here. Bulldogs up by a score of 27-7. A couple of, well, one PAT was blocked and tried the 2-point conversion. Did not go, so Greenwood's going to kick this football off to Cleveland. Bulldogs going to lay this football down flat on the ground. Going to get that tee off the field. And Metcalf going to kick it. It's a driver. Going to bounce. Ain't going to bounce out of bounds on the near side here. Probably around that 28, 30-yard line. There's a flag on the sideline. And they're saying something to, they're kind of talking to DeAndre Smith today. He said, I'm all right, I'm all right.
They're going to flag, ball went out of bounds. They'll put it on the 35, I think. It's 40 to 35. And with 15 seconds left for the half, we'll see what Cleveland tried to do.
On the sideline to the 8 standing by.
I tell you what, Coach Greenwood called his kicker to the side and had a conversation with him to let him know that, hey, I'll give you a point. Let's try to keep it in field of play right then on the scuba plays, because right now they're going to put the ball on the 40-yard line.
Cleveland first and 10 from their own 40. Here's the snap, handoff, and backing out of the pile is Felton Griffins down the sideline, first side, across the 40 of Greenwood down to the 38-yard line.
It looked like he started up there and looked and saw Blake up in there, so oh no, and bounced to the outside and picked up a chunk of yard.
Great description, because he did exactly that. He did some backward steps that came out of there.
But Blake touched the ball. Blake had his hand on the ball.
Whoa.
So I was looking for a fumble there. When he went in, he touched the ball, and that's what made him bounce out, because Blake had shook the ball up in his hand.
Cleveland with their first down. And there's a timeout, but we'll keep it right here for the final 5 seconds of play. Dick, your assessment so far of the first half. Greenwood 27, Cleveland 7.
You know, I don't want to sound confident. I really expect this from Greenwood. When you look at this team loaded with talent, Mr. Hall. They skill position. They are loaded. Got an outstanding young quarterback and 45 outstanding receiver, and then they got an outstanding running back, and then they got the sides on the line. This is just like a coach's dream in high school. So you know, I'm not trying to be overconfident, but you know, I just believe in this team.
Here's the snap back on the first and 10. Miller cocks and fires deep. Down the left side, the jump ball. And ball going to fall incomplete. Time to run out the clock. This is going to bring us to the close of the first half. Greenwood leading by a score of 27-7. We'll break. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back. This is Greenwood Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 2 minutes. Okay. Hey, Hop. Ace.
Hey.
Okay. Be listening when you come back. I'm going to go down and get some bottled waters. Got to go to the truck, get some money, come back, get some water, okay? And can you handle it at the half till we get back?
Yeah.
Okay. But you can just talk and go back and forth. If you find somebody to talk with, you can do that.
All right.
All right. He's coming back up. You know when he's get back.
Hello.
Five, four, three, two, one. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Testing.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Tag.
All right. You ready? Hello.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Count me down.
Okay. Five, four, three, two, one.
And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium at the half. Greenwood 27, Cleveland 7, and the Cleveland marching band is on the field right now. The Bulldogs right now have jumped out to a 27-7 halftime lead on some tremendous offensive play, special team play, you name it, all around. The Bulldogs have showed up tonight to play some ball. And I tell you what, they came out tonight not looking snout, drove down with the first possession and went up 6-0 in the ball game and never looked back. Cleveland came in and went up 7-6, the only lead that Cleveland had in the game, and the Bulldogs scored again and made it 14-7. And the Bulldog right now is on a 27-7 run. And at the half, Bulldog right now looking like Bulldog, and like Dick said earlier, he expected nothing less than what he is saying right now. So to him is no surprise. To Coach Gaywood and the Bulldogs, still got another half of football to play. But right now, the Greenwood High School Bulldogs 27, you heard it right, and Cleveland 7. We're at the half here at Bulldog Stadium, and what a night for football. Oh my God, so Dick, let's talk about this process of this ball game.
Well, when you get in these type of ball game, assessing these ball game is kind of rough, uh, Dr. Hoxikoff, because when you've been around this stuff a long time and you see, we get a chance to go out and watch the Bulldogs that practice a lot, and when you had the experience that okay, take Emmons. Emmons, I think is just a junior, but he been playing ever since his ninth grade.
Right.
So when you take these kids that got that many years under their belt, is nothing that you don't expect from these kids. So Greenwood is loaded with these kind of kids, and Chambers, there's no what can you say? You know what I'm saying? So you understand what I'm saying? You've been part of this thing for years, and people say, well, his confidence is so sky high, and it may be. I'm proud of these kids, and I've seen these kids for years, and you know, everybody expect the same thing I expect from them.
Well, coming out tonight, Cleveland, like I heard you say earlier, size-wise, look like they match up with the dog, but experience-wise, seems like the dog is head above.
Yeah, you look at the merger a few years ago. You would have thought yeah, this is going to be a team that's going to be tough to deal with for at least 10 years or better. Didn't happen that way, but you look at what you're actually looking at. To me, Nama's Hall, the east side. You said Cleveland Central, but when you look on that sideline, what you actually looking at to me is east side. So uh, you're playing to me not Cleveland Central High School. You're playing east side. And that's just the way I feel about it.
And playing in a situation in a ball game like this, you got to take your hat off to the quarterback for the Greenwood High School Bulldog and the pause that he have played in this ball game.
Yeah, this kid, uh, you know, he's what you call age sophomore, I guess. That's the only thing you can label this kid. And you're talking about a future ahead of him. He had a bright, bright future ahead of him. All he got to do is keep his head on right, stay humble, and it'll come to it.
When you think about not only a quarterback, but he got a host of receivers with Chambers, with Metcalf. What do you say about this receiving squad?
Hey, accept it this year because you're going to have to start off with some old Metcalf be gone, Chamberlain will be gone, not Nelson, Addison will be gone. But this team is kind of loaded, and you would be surprised that some of the kids that on the sideline, what their expectation for next year. So you just want to have him with some talent around here in the next 2 years after this.
Hadn't mentioned Adam, and you brought him up on last week. As I told you that the offense was clicking with receivers, but Home Central found a way to shut down the running game. Not tonight. Addison seemed like he finding the hold a little bit sharper. The offensive line seemed like they're blocking down on their man a little bit stronger. What happened from last Friday night to this Friday night?
Well, you're probably against this ball club gonna come out better shutting the run down than you can uh, shutting the passing game down. One thing about a pass is ain't but three things can happen on the pass, and two of them is bad, incomplete or interception. And the only other thing you can do is make a reception. So hopefully that they will have more bad things that happen on the pass than they would have for the good. So you want to shut the run down if you can and make them a one-dimensional team and hope that they have a lot of incomplete, bad passes or whatever. And if you notice that in the first ball game that Smith had a bad ball game, but last week he come out hot as a firecracker, and tonight he's having another outstanding ball game. So it's going to be up to your defense to try to make sure that he have a bad game.
Let's flip the ball over to defense. Defensively, a penalty, 25 yards and penalty exactly on one drive that led to Central Cleveland score. But since that score of 7-0, let's talk about the defense. What have the defense done to rattle this team and only let them put up 7 points in the first half?
Well, you got to have a demanding on your defense. If you get these penalties, by God, you're going to make some good come behind them. If you get these penalties and allow them to go down and get in the end zone, then we're going to hold it against you. But if you get these penalties, by God, you got to make stops. So you talk to these guys, you try to keep their confidence level up so that they won't get down on themselves. And you take the good with the bad and try to make sure that the good outweigh the bad. So this is what this defense been done. They stood the test when it was time to stand the test, and that's when you see us score 27-7.
I heard you speak a lot about Blake and in the middle, and they're trying to run the ball up the middle, but nothing is happening. Let's talk a little bit about Blake.
When you got a run stopper that could probably cover from the outside of both offensive guards, like Blake, that makes the job easier for a lot of, especially the linebackers. Blake is experienced. He's extremely stout. He's low sympathy sensitive of gravity, and he's hard to block. You're talking about a kid weighs 300 plus pounds, and he can move well for his size. and he got the ability to cover, like I said, from one side of the guard to the other. So
What
when you got a kid like that, you can kind of play with your defense.
saw the defense one time, excuse me, pressure the quarterback, made a big interception for the Bulldogs that led to a score. Let's talk about the pressure of putting on a quarterback with that kind of mobility and that cornerback receiving. And then let's talk a little bit about that big hit that Emerson made that going across the middle.
We first said Elder 30, Urbana 0. Uh, let's get that out of the way.
What that score is?
Elder 30, uh, Urbana 0. So, Mr. Hoskin,
Yeah.
uh, you've been around this a long time. I've been around a long time, and our expectation of this team has always been kind of high every year. Uh, a a lot of people think that this team should have two, maybe three state championships under its belt already. But this team probably probably would be the team that maybe go take it over the hill.
Dick, if
Uh,
I could just see one.
yeah, uh, yeah,
And like I said, we've been around a long time. We've been waiting on this. We done traveled up that road and left disappointed on last year. So close, but yet so far away. And we could just see them get one out of this season right here. I think it'll be a momentum building on this. I would love to see them get one as Greenwood High School Bulldogs, and before they come consolidate, one school.
yeah, and I know a lot of people say I wish somebody would shut those guys' mouth for Greenwood. They so hyped up, they so confident in the team, and I say this for anybody out there: if you're not proud of your team or your school or your town, city, whatever it may be, something wrong anyway. So you're supposed to be confident. You're supposed to be hyped up with your school, your team, and I am that.
Tell me what you think about this right here. Coach Gatewood set out the LaFleur game, set for controversy. Right now, Greenwood looking like they headed to 3-0 if everything stand. Amanda Elder like they headed to 3-0 if everything stand. Do you think he'll still sit out and both teams meet undefeated?
He's not setting out.
You think you're coaching?
You don't want the right answer, don't ask. He's not setting out. He coaching.
Oh man, I tell you what, both teams doing good. Amanda Elder and Greenwood. Hats off to both of them and excited to school this. Anytime someone is doing good in the Delta, it looks good for all of us.
With that, let's take a break.
We're going to take a timeout. We're going to go back and for 2 minutes break. You're listening to Greenwood High School football on EXPN Radio 103. Back in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You keep it there for a while.
Five, four, three, two, one. Hello? Hello, hello, hello?
All right, ready when you are.
Hello, hello.
All right, ready when you are.
Okay. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get back.
And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium, getting set for the second half of play. Greenwood Bulldogs leading here at the half, 27-7. Getting ready for the third quarter play. Dig Bulldogs, 27-7 score, 20-7, 20-point lead on Greenwood. What is there to talk about at the half if you're Greenwood? Also Cleveland.
Players hold their heads up, and this is a game where you got to try to instill in your kid if they can score these points in a half, we could do the same thing and have them with the confidence and believe that it can be done. But now in Greenwood side is to not let them get over beside themselves and not realize this ball game is just half over.
And Cleveland is getting ready to kick it off from our right to our left. Greenwood will be running the football back from our left to our right. Here's the kickoff. And going to go back past Chambers. Going to hit down at the 7, scoot back into the end zone. And Greenwood will start this drive first and 10 from the own 20-yard line, up by a score of 21-7. On the sideline to the Ace standing by. Your thoughts on the first half and getting set for the second half, Ace?
Hey, I tell you what, tremendous first half for the Bulldogs with a score of 27-7. Good kickoff right there. Get it back to come out on the field and see what this offense can produce on this team. I'm sure Coach Graywood right now going to get a chance to kind of look at a few players that they can go get in and score again quickly. Give everybody a chance to look at, because you don't want to just run your team out. Like Dick said, this is the road to the championship, and you don't want them to get down on the road and be all beat up, so you want to play them as less as you can. Try to get a win to play from the home front sideline. Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Elsie leading by a score of 36-0 over Greenville O'Bannon, going for that third win. Greenwood first and 10 from the on 20. Here's a snap back play action to Smith. Zips one to the far side. Pick up of 8 yards on the play, going down on his knees to make that catch was Smith for Greenwood. Warren Smith, the junior wide receiver, a senior. He's 5'11", 160, made the catch. Picked up 8 on the play, second down and 2 from the 28-yard line for Greenwood from the on 28. Did a snap back, quick pitch right side. This time Chambers makes the catch at the 30, 35, brought down at the 40. First 10 for Greenwood. Pick up 12 yards on the play, up to the 39, 40-yard line. Dick one pass left for reception and came right back to the opposite side. This time hit Chambers and going to move the chains on the second catch.
And he's bullying that ball. That is a long throw from the middle of the field to the sideline. And he's bullying that thing out there. 2 successful plays and, like you said, a first down, trying to get this team on the hill and probably hit them with a couple of running games, see what else it can do. And that's what I'm looking for.
Bulldogs from their own 39-yard line. The first possession, just getting the third quarter underway with 11-14 to play in the third here. Greenwood with the ball on the right hash. 2 receivers this direction, 2 in the opposite direction as well. Back to pass, steps up to break away from the tackle. Going to go down, though, at the 30-yard line. Make that the 35-yard line. Slipped out of one tackle, couldn't get out of the other one, and just went down on the play. Keyshawn Gray with credit for the sack.
Yeah, they tried a play action, but the defense wasn't fooled at all from the fake, and they had a lot of pressure on Smith, and he elected to go down with the ball and lost about 3 yards. So going to be second and about 14.
Ballers on the right hash, Greenwood with the lead. They'll send 2 receivers top left, 2 short right. There's the snap, looking right all the way, checks up underneath it to the screen. Addison makes the catch. Addison to the outside, stumbles, and he picks up 5 yards up to the 40-yard line. Making a good diving tackle for Cleveland, reaching up to get him, was Desmond Williams.
You said it. He did a heck of a job to reach out there and get Addison and throw him off balance so his help can come in and finish the tackle.
At second, well, they're going to walk it back. Ace holding against Greenwood.
And right then, you know, that's the last thing that Greenwood wanted, all the holding on that play. Like they said, they've been shooting that ball. I heard Dick say he's shooting it out there. I'm standing on the sideline, and you can hear swift coming from. I'm getting a little bit old now. When I first started this, getting out the way, it's a little bit difficult, so I have to back up just a little bit quicker. From the home front up to the sideline, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Ali Hall.
Little head step start there. Second down and 22. Here's Smith. Steps up. Smith sends one downfield. Incomplete over the hands of the intended receiver downfield for Greenwood. Couldn't catch that with it was Brandon Schaefer.
And look at the position that ball in. That ball was thrown in a position ain't nobody could have a chance at that ball but his only receiver. Now, you know, years he would be able to drop that ball. He would mold, you know, repetition. He would be able to drop that ball in there right on the money. But he left it where nobody could get it but his own teammate.
Third and 22. Here's Smith, the quarterback, steps up across the middle, incomplete. As he throws it this time to Quinterius Salas, the tight end, right down the middle. Couldn't come up with it. Fourth down for Greenwood. And the Bulldogs would come in and punt this football away. So Cleveland will hold Greenwood. Greenwood, with their first possession, with 9:41 and the third, would kick this football away to Cleveland.
And we talk about it, and what killed that drive, the penalty. Hey, we don't need penalties. You got the ball, and the first couple passes was successful. Big first down, then you get the big penalty. You don't need the penalty. Keep the flags off the ground and make some sustained drive.
Fourth down. Greenwood going to punt the football away. Back deep for Cleveland is Tyler. Here's the snap. Kick is up. Hangs high. Cleveland going to run under it, and boy,
he didn't call for no foul catch.
I didn't see that he got knocked down.
No, he got nobody knocked out.
Yeah.
I didn't see foul catch. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. They got the coach. There ought to be another flag on the field because the coach came out on the field, which shouldn't be allowed.
But they threw two flags on that play.
Or maybe they got one on the coach. The coach is not allowed to run out on the field like that. And personally, it was a hard hit, but I didn't see a foul catch call. Mr. Hoskins is down there. Maybe he can correct us.
I didn't see a foul catch call either. That's what Coach Greenwood is out in the middle of the field for right now, trying to say that he didn't call for a foul catch, so he hit him. They can't worry about the hit. He didn't call for a foul catch, and that's what the argument is on right now, but the official's not hearing it. You can see Coach Greenwood is not listening. Nothing they're telling him to hold up, but they already started marking it off. In other words, it seems like whatever you're going to say is not going to make a difference anyway. From the home front sideline, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
I'm wondering, Dick, on that rule, does he have to have time to make the catch? Did he make the catch?
No, you got to signal for fair catch. If you don't signal for fair catch, you fair game. It ain't about. I don't think coaches are arguing about the flag, but you know you don't want your team to seem like they gave a guy a dirty lip. You know, they applied the rule. The guy didn't give a fair catch call, and the ball did hit him before the man hit it. So, I mean, you know, I guess it depends on how you look at it. But
they call helmet the helmet.
All right.
No, it wasn't helmet the helmet. But they can make up a call, and that's good. Fisher got sense enough to make up a call.
Cleveland with the football. First and 10 from Greenwood's 45-yard line. Miller takes a snap. He hands it off. And the flag going to come out. And ball's going to come out here.
I guess they were hitting the head.
On the carry for Cleveland was Manny Tyler. Saw a flag out on the field, too. Before the play stopped, we'll see.
I'd like to see what he called it. But
It's Cleveland. It's against Cleveland.
Oh, okay. Was that Omar? Did you get that?
Holding.
Did you get the hit? Who?
I didn't see it. I didn't see who the hit was on.
I didn't. I don't know who made the hit, but he was hammered.
I see the crowd appreciated that it hit too, as it was made. Nice
He,
play.
he was hammered. He wasn't hit. He was hammered that time. I don't know who came up.
Devin Anderson.
Anderson, ooh wee. And it was a perfect hit. I mean, I want to understand a perfect hit. It's a football tackle. But that's what you teach them.
In a fumble. We see Charles Brooks Jr. down the football field, who's the starting center for Interwamba Community College.
Oh, and he was a heck of a center here in Greenwood.
First and 10 for Greenwood. Here's Smith. Fakes the pass, hands it off. Here's Addison changing arms with the football, moves it back from the left to his right now, sprinting downfield inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Dick, that hit, both those hits fired the Bulldogs up, Dick.
Yeah,
Flag on the play.
It's getting out of control now, I think. Come on, let's settle the team down, both teams. Let's settle down and play football.
We have 9 minutes. Well, we've been stuck on 9 minutes for a while. 9 minutes and 12 seconds to play. Third quarter, 27 Greenwood, 7 Cleveland.
Let's commend that crowd over there for Cleveland, too. I don't know what all of them came down from Cleveland, but, back in the days, Eastside used to have a great following. And I'm thinking this most of Eastside people that's on Cleveland team. And they got a nice crowd over there on the other side. We like to see that. The community, the community support, and athletic, we love to see that. Greenwood High always follow its team. So hats off to Cleveland.
Here's the snap on the first and 25. Lobbed it on field. Matt kept the catch down the sideline. It's a foot race at the 20. Cuts inside at the 15. Back to the right side at the 10. 5 touchdown Greenwood. Metcalf, Dick. He got that ball on the sideline, almost out of bounds, tight roped it, and did a tremendous move to elude a tackler and just found his way to the end zone for the score.
Yeah, what can you say, Mr. Hall? Wide open. And Smith looked and saw him and just laid a nice, soft pass out there to him, make sure he could get to it. Just led him just like he needed to lay him. He didn't have to just throw it and make him speed up, and then just lay it out there where he could just catch it and run with it because he was wide open.
Same player, Dick, that missed one the first time. Great players come back and make up for it. He certainly did on that one.
He did.
Here comes a 2-point conversion. Motion for Greenwood. Here's Smith under pressure to the end zone. Incomplete as he tried to go to Addison. Ball failed, incomplete. Greenwood 33. Cleveland Wolves 7. We'll break with 8:42 to play in the third quarter. This is Greenwood Bulldogs football. Back in 1 minute. 8 minutes, 32 seconds to play. Third quarter. Greenwood leading 33-7. Let's go on the sideline to the 8 standing by.
Hey, I tell you what, you can't appreciate that touchdown from Metcalf unless you was on the sideline watching it. I seen Metcalf when he went up and got it. It looked like the ball was going to be a little bit overthrown, but rest up, snatched it out of the air with a defender on him, shook one defender, looked like he was going to step out of bounds, step to the inside, and walk the sideline, tiptoed it all the way through. What a tremendous play there by the offense right there for the Bulldogs, and a touchdown again for the Bulldogs right now with a score 33-7. Personal foul penalty just been called against Cleveland. The last thing they're going to need right now, because right now the Bulldogs is on the roll. From the home front up church sideline report, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Greenwood back into action next week. Bulldogs with nice home schedule this year. Right now in the middle of a pre-conference schedule. Then conference play and then into what they started the season for. And that's playoff football. But a lot of more football to go before we get to that. Right now, with 8:32 to play and a stalling third quarter here, Dick, you talked about the support of high school football, and Mississippi understands that, and they have some great advertisement going out there about support your high school sport. We'll talk about that on the other side of this. This Cleveland with Miller will put the man in motion. He hands it off to the running back going around the right side. Won't get in much on that one.
And these kids need it. I mean, you ask a lot. You ask a lot for athletes. You ask a lot for them. They got a lot of demand on them, and these kids need your moral support. So keep on supporting athletics.
Second down and 8 for Cleveland. Second and 9. Cleveland from their own 21. Miller in the shotgun. Miller takes a snap, hands it off immediately. Back dances upfield across the 25, brought down at the 31. Good run. First time seeing this back in the football game. We got to find somewhere to find some schedules a bit more accurate off Max Prep. Didn't do it this time.
Look like he got a lot of shake on him and hit up in there and made a couple moves.
7.5 to play. 33-7 score Greenwood. Cleveland this time we keep it on the ground again. Won't get many yards on the play. On a first down carry, we'll pick up maybe 2 yards. Second and 8. Cleveland from their own 32. Let's go on the sideline to the 8 standing by.
Hey, I'm right there on the sideline right now since Greenwood got all the action. I was on the sideline with one of the Greenwood greatest. Otis Johnson, hey, I tell you what, man, he's been around this ball club for a long time, and he knows Greenwood High School football, and, man, we're excited about the dog. From the home front sideline report, back to you, Lee Hall.
Miller hands it off, and running near side is Cleveland. Tony Cleveland Jr., but we have flags on the play with 6 minutes, 25 seconds. Not a smooth, not a good-looking third quarter play, Dick, so far.
No, it is. It's taking a lot of time, look like to me, too. You know, I watched this back. He down. When he went down, he jumped back up and started back running the ball. When you're down, you know you're down in high school. Don't do that because some of the players are come in and hit you. You know, some of these inexperienced players will come in and hit you, and they get penalty for, you know, you're down, just stay down, and, you know, don't allow that to happen, get hurt.
Second and 10 for Cleveland from their own 23. Down to Greenwood, 33-7. Here's Miller, the quarterback. He has Cleveland on his left side. He was sending one receiver that direction. He turns and busted. He keeps the football, and he runs across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dick, that time Miller, the quarterback, turned, looked for Cleveland, the running back. He was not there.
Yeah, he did. He looked like a busted play. I don't know. It looked like a busted play, but it might have been designed for, you know.
Picked up about 3 yards on a play, third down and 17 for Greenwood.
I've seen a mosquito. Yeah, I've seen a lot of mosquitoes this summer. Seen one in here a while ago.
Ball is at the 26. There's a timeout on the field. We'll step aside as well. You're listening to Greenwood Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. We'll come back with the score from the Panthers and Greenville, Urbana. This is Bulldog football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute.
Football at its best.
Yes, sir. Five and a half to play in the third. Third down and 17 for Cleveland. Here's Miller, back pedal. Miller throws on the pressure, throws it too low, and the receiver had to come back and went down to pick it up, but it was too low. Ball field incomplete, and that would bring up a fourth down for Cleveland, and Greenwood would get their hands on this football again. Mississippi Valley State will be in action tomorrow on the road. Good showing last week. Coach say no more victories. He'll be out again this week, talking about tomorrow, and Beaumont taking on Lamar, and wish the Delta Devils good luck, and they'll be off next week, and then they'll come back home for more football action. Delta State with the win last night. Greenwood product producing. Here's the snap, kick is up, taken by Greenwood Metcalf at the 45, 50, out of bounds.
What did Rico do last night? I didn't get a chance to. Had a pretty good ball game.
A good ball game, and I was talking to Hopkins at the half, and boy, he had some highlights there. Matter of fact, let's go on the sideline to the 8 standing by.
Hey, I tell you what, Rico had a tremendous game last night at Delta State. I tell you, I watched some of the highlights on him today, and I'm telling you, the closest got to him on that 60-yard touchdown had to be 20 yards on the other end, and I mean, he was stiffing coming up the middle, running, and I was just telling the guy that broadcast on the other end that a graduate of Delta State, that they got something special on their hand. We had him here. He was special at Greenwood High, and they're going to be just as special for them at Delta State. Can't wait to get over to Delta State and get a chance to watch that Rico Orr. What a running back. Excited. Go to his page. Go to YouTube. You can see Delta State page, Dick, and you can see some of the big runs that he made on last night. From the Upchurch Home Front Sideline Report, I'm Jonathan Hopkins. Back to you, Lee Hall.
3 minutes, 37 seconds to play in the third quarter. Greenwood is up.
Always had high expectation of Rico on, and glad to see him at my alma mater, and wish him a lot of success.
First and 10, play action. Hand off to Addison, trying to get to the outside. Can't. Slung down to the Turk on the play. Kobe Smith, strong safety on the tackle for Cleveland.
Got a lot of kids out there playing big time football at different institutions, and went over to Mohead last night. They played an outstanding ball game. Laws, they come a little short by 2 points, but played a heck of a ball game against Hines, and trying to go and support them too.
Second down and 11 for Greenwood. Here Smith steps back to throw. Steps up, downfield. Chambers on the catch at the 24. Chambers wearing one. Finally tackled by the other one wearing one for Cleveland. Malik Payton out there, no doubt, stop the touchdown. But Dick, I'm going to tell you what, some nice catches, but these throws, Dick, by Smith, they're on the money.
They are. Hey, who wouldn't like to have what's going on out there?
First and 10 for Greenwood. And just like that, in Cleveland's territory, the Wolves down to Greenwood by a score of 33-7, 2 for the play. Ball is first and 10 at their 21-yard line. Here's a bullet pass, and the ball is going to be incomplete.
Tried to run before he caught it.
Metcalf, boy.
Oh.
Big high close.
Tried to run before he caught it.
Yeah. Couldn't quite get it.
Hey, right idea to get the ball first. Ain't nothing wrong. I mean, I say anything bad about that, is you got to be a little bit more patient, Metcalf.
I got
Got
to
the
see
right
the, I
idea.
got to see the highlight. I got to see the highlight.
Yeah, got to be more patient. That's all. I mean, get the ball first.
2nd and 10 for Greenwood from the 21-yard line of Cleveland. Here's Smith back to pass. He has time. He steps up, trying to run, throws it while in the grasp. Ball failed incomplete. Just got rid of that one.
Yeah, try to get it out there to the receiver. Came up a little bit short.
Addison was the intended target. Did not have enough on it for him to make the catch. 3rd down for Greenwood. And they got the wave going here, Dick.
Yeah, they feeling it tonight. There's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead, Bulldog.
Nice crowd on hand, too.
Beautiful crowd. They got a nice crowd on the other side, Ms. Hall.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 10 for Greenwood from the Cleveland's 21-yard line. Smith cocks and fires down the right side. And incomplete, obvious pass interference, Dick.
They did throw the flag?
Yeah.
Okay. I seen it, but
I
I didn't see the flag. So I knew it was pass interference, but I didn't see the flag. It's kind of hard for me to see the flag. But
I also like Otis Johnson, who keeps the Bulldogs football field up, does a great job keeping the field up down. And he said, hey, letting them know that I'm the man in charge of the stadium. 39 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter.
Well, talk
Don't give Otis all the credit by keeping his field up. I come out here and watch him keep it up, so I should get some credit.
You got to give him credit, but ask me who taught him.
Dixon, who taught you how to keep this field up?
Sanders.
There you go. There you go.
Sanders over Mississippi Delta.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to have to go do some highlights on that one.
Sanders a bad man. Sanders a bad man.
39 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Greenwood up 33-7. They're trying to get on that pass interference. Will give Greenwood a 1st down and 10. The ball is, I guess they get a 1st down on the 1-inch line.
Pass interference.
Here's the ball thrown to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Trying to go to Metcalf. Cleveland right there almost picked it off, and the ball failed incomplete. It will be 2nd down and 10 from just about the 10.5-yard line of Cleveland. With 23 seconds left as the clock is stopped.
One more quarter plus 23 seconds left in the ball game.
Here's the snap. Smith keeps it. Smith looks for the option. He keeps it. Brought down at the 5-yard line. 3rd down and looks like about 4.5. A good run by Smith. He wanted to take that to the end zone.
And I thought he was going to pitch it to Addison. A good option position. I thought that's the end of the quarter.
And we'll step aside with 1 more quarter to go. Greenwood is up 33. Cleveland 7. This is Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta, back in 1. Three quarters in the books. 1 more quarter to go. Greenwood leading Cleveland Wolves by a score of 33-7. Last score, Amanda Elsie was up over Greenville O'Bannon, 44-0. And home, LeFleur County is off tonight. Let's kick it on the sideline to the A standing by before we get.
Hey, right now, right on the sideline with some of the old Greenwood High School like Big D. Ron Belcher, Dwayne Tapper, some of the old legends over here on the gate. There's D-Ron got a floodlight now. I think they're making him have to work the game. He used to have the game made in the shade. He ain't got it made no more. Now he got to come out here and stand up in the heat. Can't enjoy himself. And you to have him a Pittsburgh Steeler laid back in the cut and nobody knew what was going on. D-Ron, he can't do. So we got him covered now. He got a flashlight in his hand and a towel on his shoulder and trying to say it's hot. Because he really need from the upturn home front side. Jonathan Hopkins, back to you. Lee Hall.
3rd down and 5. Greenwood can get a first down at about the 1 yard line. 3rd and 5 for Greenwood from about the 6 yard line. And coming out of the timeout for the quarter, somebody wants to talk about it again.
Yeah, I don't know who called that timeout, but Mr. Hall, you join the game tomorrow?
No, I'm not sure if they're going to do the football games this year. Not sure. They didn't do it last week. They're not doing it tomorrow that I know of. And boy, they're looking to have a good season this year too. Hopefully that they can. Talk to Coach Dancy, and Coach Dancy's time to win around here, and well, he's gone out there and got some good, solid players. Played Tennessee State last week, as you know, lost to them 26-20, with an opportunity to win and stay in the football game. And they might be putting something together over at Valley State this year.
That'll be good. Maybe they can bring back that spirit showtime during the time. And I talked to Coach Titan.
Okay.
He was kind of highly impressed on some things he did, but he said, like I said, we still got to get the win. So.
Gotcha. 3rd and 5. Here's a pitch to the end zone. Touchdown, Greenwood. And now the tight end for the that's Addison, Dick.
That's Addison?
I believe that's Addison. Look a little tall for it to be Addison, but it's 15. That's 15. That's Addison.
13.
Okay. Okay. So that is Westbrooks on that catch. Thank you.
Got some wrinkles, little wrinkles in there.
Greenwood, 39.
16 scored touchdown.
Yeah, so that is Silas, the tight end. I appreciate it. Silas on the catch. Conversation on the field. Injured player on the field for Greenwood. Cramping, Dick. We didn't see many cramps in the first ball game. Not a lot.
Well, we seen only somebody cramping in the first ball game was the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But hadn't seen a whole lot of players cramping up this year, so they're in pretty good shape and keeping a lot of fluid in them. So that's been good so far this year.
Greenwood coming on for the point after touchdown. Attempting that will be Alterian Sandifer. Ball to the back, placed down. He steps into it, kicks it up. No good. Score will remain 39 Greenwood, 7 Cleveland Wolves. We'll break and come back. This is Greenwood Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1.
Ooh, what a kick.
And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium here in Greenwood, where Greenwood is leading Cleveland by a score of 39-7. Pretty solid defense tonight. Big for Greenwood on that score that Cleveland got. It was aided by penalties on behalf of Greenwood, but since then, they have not been able to see the end zone.
You said it best. When you get your defense to make a fast start like Greenwood have so far this season, and they can't do nothing but get better, and so you can expect a lot from them.
Cleveland first and 10 from their own 20. And going to hand it off to Cleveland on the left side. Went toward the out of bounds, spun back inside, brought down around the 22-yard line. Not a lot on that. Bulldogs could have shut that down.
A lot of running, but no gain. Tried to get wide. Greenwood, the speed of the defense was right there to stop him for about a short gain of 1 yard.
Second down for Cleveland from their own 22. Miller has two receivers right. Put the man in motion. You'll hand it off. And up the middle he goes. And he'll pick up a couple with Winston. Winston will pick up a couple of yards. That will bring him in third down and 5. Greenwood will get a sub on the football field.
A lot of players getting an opportunity to get some action. These type of ball games.
Benefit of having a big lead. 3rd and 5. Bulldogs offside. Looks like 3rd and 6. So if it's 3rd and 6.
It'll be a little short.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be quite. Well, they're going to say it. They give them a first. They ain't even measured.
Okay. Remove the chain for Cleveland. It will be a first down. Going to put the football up to the 30-yard line of Cleveland.
Yeah.
With 10-16 to play, Greenwood leading on a hot night here in the Mississippi Delta game 3. Here's the handoff again. Spring into the outside, near side. Griffin, he gets to the 35 and is tackled down, and a flag on the play. On the hit for Greenwood was William Stewart. Stewart on defense for Greenwood. Talked about the penalties that aided the score for Cleveland. Face mask on this one. 15 yards plus first down.
And you want to eliminate that because you know your season going to get a little bit tougher. Your schedule going to get a little bit tougher. So you don't want to get in a situation where a penalty would be something that turn your back.
First and 10 for Cleveland with a 3-receiver set. Play action by Miller across the middle, jumping to catch it, and could not come down with the ball with the running back out of the backfield. Right across the middle, could not hold that one. Took the hit anyway, but there's a flag on that play too.
That's against Cleveland. They can decline it. Well, yeah, I thought he said decline it, but evidently they accepted it.
Now it's a first down and 15 for Cleveland. That ball is back at the Wolves' 41-yard line as they'll bring one wide out near side. Make that 3 receivers up top to the left. Action flows from left to right for the Cleveland Wolves. White tops, purple bottoms, dark helmets. Steps back to throw, quick pitch right to the left. And the ball's going to come out. A fight for the football. Flag is out. It was a fumble. And the ball is still squirting loose on the football field. Greenwood's going to pick the football up, going the other way. And will it be brought down before he gets to the end zone? He got down to the 1-yard line, Dick. No flags on that play. Or will it be? Where the flags at?
They had a.
I'll see it back.
I thought they had a flag, but now I don't see it.
Okay, Dick, yeah, he's standing right there by the matter of fact, 2 flags. One right by the two officials and one.
But I think it's going to be against Cleveland.
Okay. On the sideline to the A standing by.
I tell you what, right now, there was a holding against Cleveland, and Greenwood got a fumble like he ran it all the way down about the 1 yard line. Tremendous play. The defense still is at the best in playing. On the sideline for one of the greatest receivers ever came through Greenwood, one of the greatest. And he's a receiver coach for the Greenwood High School Bulldogs, and I was just asking them and talking to them about that. He's been with the receiver about 3 years now, and they're finally gelling. And what a receiver crew we got here for Bulldogs. And I tell you what, behind every great player, you can also look for a great coach. He was telling me he got a great quarterback to get it to him. That's a good pitch, but if your receiver can't run around, can't catch it, a quarterback ain't worth a hill of beans at it. And right now, he got a receiver that can run route, go get it, and catch the ball. Shouts out to our quarterback coach. Shouts out to our receiver as we get ready to continue along. And right now, he see the Bulldogs got in the field from the home front sideline. Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Bulldogs on the turnover and a fumble and brought that ball right back downfield. Now they're threatening. Here's a quick pitch to the end zone from Smith, but it's going to overshoot the intended target.
I think that's Terrell, ain't it? Terrell?
Is that Terrell in the ball?
I don't think so. I think it's got Smith out of the ball game, I'm thinking.
Right.
Okay, so that's Desarian Perez, correct. Thank you. The 6'3", 215-pound senior in the ball game had a shot on the end zone on that one. Shot a little too high. Then we'll break up a second down and goal for Greenwood from the 3-yard line of Cleveland. Ball is high, snap comes off, falls down, fumble. He's going to get down on that ball and keep possession. Going back, Dick.
Yeah, well, we got to run the clock now, so.
6:07 to play.
Trying to enter to some of these other guys into the ball game, understood. Trying to get them opportunities to get some action.
Perez, the quarterback, has two receivers right and left, back on his right side. Snap is low. He picks it up, jumps and throws it to the end zone. And touchdown, Greenwood.
He laid that in there pretty.
That was a nice throw.
Yeah, that was that was pretty.
Nice catch, too, in the end zone by the Bulldogs. Brandon Schaefer, he was wearing 7 with the score. Bulldogs over 40 points, 45-7 with 5:18 to play. And Dick, I'll call you back in the summer talking about the Bulldogs can put up 40 points on any given night throughout the rest of the season, you said.
I meant it. I didn't just see it.
Oh, you meant it?
I meant it.
Okay. Well,
Hey, Bosa, people say Bosa, but talent is all.
Bulldogs going for the 2-point conversion. Perez takes it, left hand toss to the end zone, and out of bounds. That was incomplete. Greenwood up, 45-7. 4:40 to play in the game. Real break. Come back with final score, or close to final score for the Panthers of Elder. They have the big night too over in Greenville. We're in Greenwood. This is Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in this football game here at Bulldog Stadium. Greenwood is up 45-7. And Cleveland will have the football. And the one advantage about, as you always know, about having a big league, you keep building on that experience because you get players that in a close ball game we have the opportunity. So all experience, anytime you get into the ball game, it has to be good for young players.
It does, and help motivate them and keep them out there and keep them at practice. You get some kids, if they don't ever get a chance to get in, you'll lose them during about midway season. The longer you're able to put them in the ball game and they get an opportunity to play, it keep them satisfied. So that's a good thing about that.
Last score we received, Brandon 17, Clinton 7. Let's go on the sideline to the A standing by. Bulldogs here 45-7. 3:11 left to play in the ball game.
I was trying to tell the official we don't need no time now. Let's close this one. We all right. He said, yeah, y'all might be, but the players ain't. Greenwood right now 45-7, 3 minutes, 4 seconds left in this ball game. What a tremendous play now. Everybody get a chance, a piece of the pie. From the home front sideline, Jonathan Hopkins, back to you, Lee Hall.
Cleveland this time tried running play. They will pick up some yards on it as they get that football across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Only announced a second down and about 6. He picked up about 4 yards on the play. Moved the football across the 40 to the 41.
You can tell how enthused you see these guys running on that field. They trying to get out there.
Oh, yeah. It's showtime for them, Dick.
Yeah.
I'm getting some of this action.
Yeah, it is.
They can talk about it, make the night better for them. And next week, too. Second down for Cleveland. And 7 from the 41. Around the right side comes Cleveland. He's hit and out of bounds. He'll run. .44 LZ 0 O'Bannon in Greenville. I guess that's the final score. If so, the Panthers have accomplished something they haven't in a long time, Dick. Pick up 3 wins in a row to open the season up.
Yeah, I'm happy. You know, I often talk about, go ahead, get the play.
There's a handoff around the left side. Cleveland, numbers not corresponding with the players. That running back wearing 41, he picked up some big yards for Cleveland. Now, Dick, with a minute 24 to play, as you know, Greenwood got some reserves in the team on the field. And here come the crowd favorite who was in the ball game on that play, that young man that Coach Gaywood getting into the ball game for the second time. Jaquavius Johnson, a senior, 5'9", and 375 pounds. Dick, he's down to 375 pounds.
Oh, that's all right. I watched him for a couple of years, and it just thrilled me to see that kid. Hey, I like that.
First and 10 for Cleveland. And Cleveland brings it to the right side with the run back. Cleveland steps inside and finally finished off there. Yeah. As he gets the ball down to the 10-yard line with 34 seconds to play. And Dick, although the reserves are in for Greenwood, Coach and the players were not.
First team coming in now. He calling the dogs in. Greenwood don't want to see him score.
Come on, let them play.
Let them score. Can't let them score. All that shows up at the end.
Let them play. Let them play. Don't let them play.
They're gonna run it out there. They're gonna run the time of the clock.
Right. Let them
in
play.
the ball game. That's gonna end this ball game here. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, go down on the field with the ace and Coach Gatewood, and we'll close it out. Bulldogs gonna win this one by a score of 45-7 over the Cleveland Wolves. This is Bulldogs football on ESPN Radio for the Delta. Back in 1 minute. And welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Score, Greenwood won it by a score of 45-7. Let's get down to Ace on the sideline with Coach Gatewood. Ace, take it away.
And the department not getting penalized and play more control. It's basically being disciplined. That's what we got. We got to be more disciplined. You know, I'm thankful for the win, but a great team coming here beat us with those many penalties. So that's gonna preach next penalty.
Coach, right now, you defensively, you came out defensively only that 7-point on the board. Tell us how important that was on tonight.
Just showing that
Coach Hart.
we got to continue to get better. You know, defense came out, played lights out. Offense did great. You know, but at the same time, we got to decrease the department of being penalized and just got to get better as a team.
Coach, what would you do to, especially I know the third game of the season, and I heard one of the broadcasters said the most flag they've seen on the field, even from the first game.
Man, you know, first of all, you know, it was sloppy on both ends, you know, and like I said, we got to continue to teach our kids, you know, just because somebody do something, can't go back and retaliate. We got to continue to get better.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about your offense tonight, you know, offensively putting points up on the board. Let's talk a little bit about your quarterback and your receiving core.
No, we came out tonight trying to establish the run game, and, you know, we ended up having to go to the pass game. We established the run early, and at the same time, we came back and opened up the pass on them.